Hi guys, welcome to Miracosta's filmmaking podcast. I'm Kim and I'm joined here with Vidal. So I'd like to talk about some short films today.
I like short films.
Do you have any that you have seen that you really like?
I don't know the name of them. One is of this guy in China. I can't remember what it's called. It's an awesome film. I can't really say much about the cinematography or anything. All I could say is the story is awesome. So this kid wants to go to Ireland. He wants to move there. He gets a book in his library in China, starts looking up Gaelic, practices Gaelic for like 6 months, hardcore, learns it really well, goes to Ireland and starts trying to speak Gaelic to everybody. To his surprise, they all speak English, and he can't communicate with anybody, and he's super mad. Finally, he gets to a guy there. There's an old guy in the bar who does speak Gaelic and cannot believe his freaking ears that there's this guy there that's trying to speak Gaelic to everybody. And then he talks with him in Gaelic, and then he, tells him, hey, dude, no one speaks Gaelic. Essentially. There's more to it, but I won't ruin it to you. So what about you, Kim? What do you like to listen to or watch?
Well, there's several short films that I actually fell quite in love with over the last couple years. There's Vicious, which I just showed you. It's a short horror film. I can't for the life of me find who the director is, but it's on YouTube. It is an award-winning short film.
It had like what 1.6 million views.
Yeah, got a lot of views. I just round up. It's won 8 awards internationally, including Gold Award for Best International Film at Toronto After Dark and Platinum Award at the LA Horror Competition.
Well, Platinum Award?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. It sounds like another distinct place in a different type of film. But please continue. They got the they got the Platinum Award.
Oh God. So yeah, there's that one. That's a short horror film, and then Stutter, which is another beautiful short film. It's this gentleman who basically has a stutter, and it follows him over the course of a couple days or weeks.
What's it called again? Oh, Stutter?
Yeah, Stutter.
I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Yeah. There's another short film called Lights Out from director David F. Sandberg. His story is really, really cool. One of those classic being discovered stories in Hollywood, and having his short films basically go viral. Him and his wife Lotte Lawson, they used to live in Sweden, but they ended up coming over to Southern California to direct their feature films. And they made a series of short films out of their own home. I think
I did watch Lights Out, or at least a little bit of it.
Yeah. So it originally started off as a short film, and then it blew up, I guess, over Reddit.
Yeah.
And then Hollywood came knocking, and then over the next year or two, they were in talks, and then they finally got to make it a feature film, and David himself got to direct it, and his wife got to star in it as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so since then, David has actually been hired for numerous other feature film projects.
Let's hear it. What's the big one?
Shazam!
Yeah.
So he directed that. He directed Annabelle Creation as well, and he's set to direct a couple other stuff.
Annabelle Creation? What's that?
Am
I dumb for not knowing?
One of the most recent horror films from like James Wan and that universe, the Conjuring universe, and Annabelle the Haunted Doll or whatever.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, I gotta watch that too. Put that on the list. Annabelle. It's just called Annabelle, or?
That one, the one that he directed, was Annabelle Creation. Yeah, basically her origin story.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so David F. Sandberg's YouTube channel, how I discovered him, is Pony Smasher, so you can check his stuff out. He's got a lot of really cool stuff. Not an actual smasher of ponies, I'm just saying.
This sounds cool.
Yeah, he also has a lot of videos that he's made showing how he made all of his short films and all the techniques and tricks, all the tricks that he used to hand make certain props and stuff to help shoot the film.
He has some videos on Film Courage too that I've watched that are really cool. Just him talking about
I was watching those recently.
His process.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
More like his adventure breaking through to Hollywood.
Yeah, it's really fascinating, especially for someone like him who can tell people what it's like to go from relatively being unknown to basically shooting overnight stardom or whatever. So yeah, he's talked about his struggle about being on set the first day and knowing how things work, and then the struggle of having to properly communicate what's in his head to other people, because now he's got a whole team of people to basically give him what he wants. But he talks about how hard it is to communicate what's in his head to them sometimes.
I think I'll watch that one.
Yeah.
I think I'll watch that one.
Yeah.
And he has a cool beard. I thought he was who makes Rick and Morty. I thought it was him at first. What's his name? It's killing me. Who makes Rick and Morty? Creator Rick and Morty. Who is it? I don't know. Anyway, it was cool watching that video. Led to a bunch of other videos from him.
Dan Harmon.
Yeah. I thought it was him. And I was like, oh, it's not him.
Computer. It helps having a computer at your disposal right now.
Yeah, it does. Thanks for bringing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool listening to him. Yeah. David Sandberg. Yeah. So for any listeners, you guys should check him out. Cool stories.
Yeah. So there's.
He's for the people.
Yeah. So there's a few other short films. There's The Backwater Gospel, which was another fantastic short film. Go check it out. I definitely encourage you. And there's Mademoiselle Noire, which is another beautiful short film. It's one of those films where it tells like of a legend, and that legend is actually happening during the story. So it's pretty cool. It's basically a twisted take on the Rapunzel story, and it's pretty damn beautiful. So definitely encourage you guys to check those out.
I need that list after. You're going to have to send that to me. Send that to me!
You can take a picture of it with your phone.
I'm trying to use my Jedi powers and not the power of my phone, and you're not letting me.
Sorry. Whoops.
Speaking of which, there's another short film that you have to watch, and there's an interesting story behind it. So, there's a Canadian filmmaker who crowdsources and had received permission from Disney to make a fan film featuring Darth Vader and the characters, Darth Vader and the Emperor. So it is freaking insanely awesome. The quality, the cinematography, the story, like everything, the dialogue. And he showed it in a freaking theater up there. It had a grand opening and everything. It was so cool.
Oh, nice.
Here's the thing. So Disney said that in order to do this, he couldn't receive any money for it. And then two, he couldn't, there was rules and restrictions on how he could get money to make this film. And it costs a lot of money to make a film with that much quality, right?
Oh, yeah.
So this thing becomes a freaking mega hit, right? So not too long after that, Disney claims it.
Oh, wow.
On freaking YouTube. Yeah, he gets shut down, Disney claims it, and now they're receiving whatever tiny, minute pennies of money in comparison to what they make from everything else.
Wow.
And then zero compensation for this dude making this film for them. What do you think?
Yeah. What film is that?
I can't remember what it's called, but it's a Star Wars fan film, and it's Darth Vader and the Emperor, and it was freaking awesome. But here's the good news, though. I always thought Lucasfilm was under the umbrella of Disney now. I don't know. This is the story, all right? I don't know how exactly it went down, but Lucasfilm supposedly told Disney, but I thought they were the same thing. But someone in there ruffled some feathers and said, no, this is wrong. So they reversed that, and now they're hooking my man up. So
And this was a Canadian director?
it was a Canadian filmmaker. He does his own YouTube. He has a YouTube channel. He doesn't go out and, he's doing the YouTube channel thing, but he's really good quality. And yeah, I was surprised when I watched it. There's other ones that I've watched that, just being a fan of Star Wars, I watched, in honor of Star Wars. But I wasn't, if anybody asked me, like, what do you think about it? I would be like, wow, that was the greatest ever. Yeah. This one was really good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it up there with, like, J.J. Abrams or anything. Yeah. But it was so good.
Do you know how much
for what he worked with? It was a lot. I don't know. It was a lot.
Damn,
he pulled together.
Yeah, that thing ripped out from under him, huh?
Yeah, but but that got reversed, so it's all good. But to just hear that even happened is freaking disgusting.
So, also, there's another director, actor that I really like. Some of you may have heard of him. His name is Brandon Rogers. He's... oh, man, his stuff is quite hysterical. He has a YouTube video of the same name, Brandon Rogers, and he is a filmmaker who basically makes a bunch of YouTube skits centered around a bunch of different type of characters, some of which he actually plays himself, and his stuff has actually gotten quite big.
So you had just showed me these.
Yeah.
But you know what? Now that I think about it, they remind me of, there was this other YouTuber who made Kelly videos. And the character Kelly had, like, Kelly's muffins.
Yeah.
It's all paperclip.
Yeah.
Frog. Kind of like blood.
Yeah.
Imaginary muffin.
Yeah. So kind of the same thing, but Brandon Rogers, just so you guys know, he does very, very, very offensive humor-based material. But if you can take all kinds of dirty jokes, and this is the guy for you. But I definitely encourage you to check it out as well.
Watch at your own peril.
Yeah, and your own sensitivity. Just so you know, it's quite a trip.
Twofer.
But a hilarious trip. But yeah. What else?
Comedians. Let's talk comedians. Earlier you were telling me how what comedian were you trying to sell to me that I was like, I'm not listening, but now I'm listening.
Not Craig Ferguson, because that's that's.
Never mind. That is an awesome freaking dude.
Yeah, Craig Ferguson's amazing.
It was Brandon Rogers that you were trying to sell to me. Watched it, loved him. But Craig Ferguson, because you're wearing the shirt. It's a very nice shirt. It looks like a, for those that can't see, it looks like a Sex Pistols transformed into promotion of the comedian Craig Ferguson.
Yeah, it's awesome. Pretty cool. I got to see him in April 7th in Anaheim up at the Grove, so that was really cool. This guy has actually been a personal ray of sunshine for me for the past year and a half, because I've been dealing with some serious issues, and his comedy and just his interviews, just watching anything about him has gotten me out of a seriously dark place. So he's one of those people who talks openly about things like therapy and mental illness, which is one of the reasons why I'm a huge fan of his as well. He's very, very adamant on getting help you need to solve your problems, and my respect for him jumped up when I finally saw a video of him doing an interview as to why he refused to poke fun at Britney Spears when she was having her mental breakdown.
Yeah.
So that just made my respect for him just skyrocket. So, yeah. I got to see him on the 7th of April, and he did some jokes, a lot of jokes that's in his current, most recent book that he released, Writing the Elephant, which I also bought. It's a collection of stories that he wrote. Some are fact, some are fiction, but I really enjoy them, and I think he's a really fantastic writer and hysterical comedian.
Only has to be 10% true.
Yeah. Allegedly. You have to say allegedly at the beginning of everything.
is an awesome comedian. But dang, I didn't know all the other stuff you just told me. I'll have to
Yeah.
get that book and read it, or I'll have to look further into that.
Yeah, he what the hell? Forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, Craig Ferguson. He's pretty dope.
Have you seen his TV show?
Which one?
I don't know. I only know of one. Does he have two?
He was originally the host of the Late Late Show before what's his face? James Corden, who's the current Late Late host.
Huh.
Yeah, so and then Craig Ferguson hosted Join or Die, which was a historical trivia game show. And then
I think it was the Late Late Show
Yeah,
that I
probably
saw
that
him
one.
on, because he had some very high profile guests on there.
Oh yeah, even all the way from Desmond Tutu.
Huh.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was awesome. Does he drink while he's on the show?
Oh no,
It seems like it.
That's another thing. He's actually, I think, over 20 years sober.
Is it? Is
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, he also has talked about his experiences with drug use and alcoholism and
Yeah.
stuff, and he even openly talks about a suicide attempt that he had.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was going to jump off a bridge and kill himself on Christmas Day once, but someone distracted him by giving him a bottle of sherry.
Huh.
So I'm just like, well, bro. Yeah, I personally, I'm alcohol free, and I'm going to be alcohol free April 1st, 2020 for 3 years now. And he's one of my rays of sunshine who inspires me to stay off. And
Nice. Congratulations on that 3 years. What day?
Thanks. I don't know what day. It's going to be April 1st, but...
Okay. Wait,
Let's
congratulations.
see.
That's actually
Thank
a huge...
you.
1 year is a huge feat, but you're at 3
It's gonna
years
be on
now.
a Wednesday.
So that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
That's for you.
Thank you.
And I don't mean that in a bad way, honestly.
Word.
Honestly mean that. Congratulations.
Yeah, he said something that definitely resonated with me. Is that he basically said that I never should have been a drinker. And I'm like, yeah, me neither, dude. Me neither. So...
Yeah,
He's fantastic.
I don't know if you know, do you watch Doctor Who at all?
No, I need to, though.
So I'm not super versed in Doctor Who, so I don't mean to offend any Doctor Who fans out there, but
Oh, get your pitchforks
one
ready.
of the later Doctors, I believe it was so right before David Tennant, I believe. No, after David Tennant, I believe. They had a band together, him and Ferguson.
Oh, yeah.
They had a punk band back in the day. I did not know that. I thought that was just a weird factoid. Well, not weird, but interesting factoid about those two awesome people.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're
Was
talking
David
about.
Tennant in it too?
Yeah, he was.
Shut up! All three of them? 2 doctors and a Ferg. Wow.
Peter Capaldi, that's who you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know if sorry, I misheard you. I don't think David Tennant was part of the band that he was in, but Peter Capaldi was the guy who you were talking about.
And he had him on his show when he was in the Late Late, and they talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool. I think did they show a picture? I think they even showed a picture. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So, and then you had a comedian you wanted to bring up?
No, I'm done. I'll see you later. No, Jim Jeffries is another one of my favorite comedians. I like him because he reminds me of like a new school George Carlin. Different styles, I guess, and delivery, but he brings out these huge points, right? Something that it's on everybody's mind, and just puts his spin on it. And it's some of them just very factual, right? And just he makes you think. That's what I love about him. It's not just comedy; it makes you think about stuff. And he's just all about everyone getting along very offensively.
Sweet. Can't we all just fucking get along?
Can't we all just effing get along?
Right?
Damn it.
I don't discriminate. Awesome. I hate everyone.
He has a show. I think he still has a show. I was binging it for a little bit on YouTube, but same thing, right? He has good setups just like Ferguson, and He's awesome. Jim Jeffries.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. His original name is Jeff James Nugent.
That's awesome. He
Yeah.
sounds like
Like Ted
Ted
Nugent.
Nugent. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh Jesus, he's a Nugent. Nugent.
Two of my favorite people.
Gun-toting fuckers.
I know.
Uh,
So, I want to go back to Vicious. You had me watch it earlier.
yeah.
Um,
What's your take
I
on
liked
it?
it. I liked it. I thought it was good. It had a really awesome tracking shot. Right out the gate, it's going straight out. It reminded me of like an old school HBO.
Mm-hmm. And just so you know, you guys,
shot.
we're going into spoiler territory, so
Oh,
spoiler alert.
If you do not want to hear about the short film Vicious on YouTube,
You can
freaking turn it off. You must press pause
and
go watch it and then listen to us again.
Yeah.
Don't just shut it off.
All right, continue.
But it goes down the hallway and then ends up out, looking out the window out into this other window that's lit. But the way they do it, it's freaking awesome. And then I don't know.
Did you think something was going to be seen through the window? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. Just the way they transitioned from there, and then it just, pan tilt-ish diagonal, whatever you want to call it, down the street. And then, yeah, I don't know. Could have did something different, but it was still good. I liked it. The depth, some of those shots, the depth in it was really awesome. They had those shots down the hallway, and it made the hallway look really long, a lot longer than it really is.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really awesome shot. There was this super cool shot where she's on the first floor looking up the staircase,
but it's shot through that
triangle
railing?
Through the railing, and it makes this tiny hole.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't know.
It frames her perfectly.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, exactly. The way they framed her is freaking awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but I think it was a shot from her point of view, looking up towards the stairs and then maybe through the railings or whatever. But it seemed a little shaky for a second.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, I love the presentation of the horrific elements. I just really love that shot. That favorite shot of mine that I told you about, where it sees her in her bed and she's looking at the foot of her bed and she's got that chair with a bunch of clothes on it. But every time she shuts the lights off, you end up, spoiler alert, seeing a dark shape, a dark mass, and then it starts moving to the point where she finally reaches over and turns the light back on and the shape's gone.
Yeah, so it was really cool.
Yeah.
I wish they would have spent just a tiny bit more time on their hands.
Yeah.
Because they have that awesome tall creature character in there.
Yeah.
And if they would have did the same thing with her hands that they did with that thing's hands, oh man, that was money. But maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was money or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
One thing I thought was cool too is the use of light in there wasn't really bright, but they have just this tiniest amount of light on, like, the doorknob, for instance. It's like coming out a ray of light and it's shining on the doorknob. Then they have another ray of light on one of the long shots down the hallway, and it's almost like they use it as a leading line to point your eyes down to look, you know, where the next action's gonna be. It was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Another thing I thought was super cool is that transition where, like, it's showing the creature, light comes on, creature gone.
Yeah.
Type thing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But all in all, I liked it. Vicious.
Yeah. One of my favorite ones.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
What I was really trying to get to is something dropped yesterday. A very significant show dropped yesterday, and I watched it, and it was really good. The Watchmen.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Woo!
Don't say anything.
All right. I'm not going to say any spoilers, but I will say this, and this isn't a spoiler, really. So, the Warshacks are not what you think. at first I was gonna watch when I first watched it. I was like, "Yay! It's this fleet of Rorschachs, and they're all these good guys." They're actually a horrible white supremacist group.
Oh, lovely.
In it, like right out the gate, you know this.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not like any. What do you call it? Like any. I'm not spoiling anything. Like right out the gate, you know.
These are not good guys.
They're not good guys. They're bad guys.
Yeah,
but
Rorschach himself would be proud.
yeah, Rorschach himself would be super pissed.
Exactly.
No, I know you mean that, but
Oh, no. Yeah, Rorschach himself, he would be fucking furious. Yeah, I hear that there's like this, because I unfortunately didn't realize that the show is dropping, and then I'm on Twitter,
yeah.
and then of course it's it's trending all over Twitter, and then I hear that there's an event that's finally put on the screen or whatever, a very huge event in American Black history.
Yeah.
So that's another huge thing that I hear is pretty, like, wow.
It is. There's a tons of wow in there.
Yeah.
I can't even, like, every little bit, there's something going on in there. So I can't really talk too much about it without spoiling it, even a little bit. But I will say this. I love the costuming. I like the cinematography. The lighting's really cool. Story's really awesome. All around, I liked it. It's misleading because at the end of, or kind of toward the end, no, it is at the end of the Watchmen film, and I can't remember if they have it in the graphic novel too. I've read it, but I can't remember if it does it at the end too, where he mails off or drops his
the journal.
The journal.
Yeah.
That was misleading for me because I thought that was going to have something to do with these Rorschachs.
Which
it doesn't seem like it does.
So I heard that this TV show takes place, I think, after those events, maybe a couple years or a couple months after the events of the movie. But I could be completely wrong.
No. It does.
Oh.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why it's misleading because you have all these Rorschachs, right?
Yeah.
In the film, you know, what is the owl and freaking you know,
Silk
Spectre, and then old boy trying to do Tall Blue Dick. Oh,
Dr.
I said
Manhattan.
that you can beep that out.
That's okay.
But they all want to
PD for Blue Dick.
they want to suppress it, right?
His dick?
No. No.
Sorry.
They do not. If you watched it in the theater,
ladies and gentlemen, I'll be here all week.
They are not trying to suppress that thing. It's waving everywhere in your face.
Doing the helicopter.
Yeah. But they're trying to suppress it. Rorschach drops his diary, which gets to the press. Now, fast forward, that's what I thought these Rorschachs were going to be.
Okay.
Something to do with that. Nothing to do, at least so far, has nothing to do with that. I don't know how this even came to be, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to watch.
Yeah.
They only have the one episode out right now.
Yeah, and it just dropped last night, you said?
Yeah, it just dropped last night.
Okay, and it's on HBO.
It's on HBO.
You heard it here first, kids.
Super good.
Or somewhere else. I don't know. We're just reminding you.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
What else? What else is out there? So many shows.
Have you heard of the Sabrina... The
Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Can I say hell? You just said dick.
Whatever the hell you want.
It's really good. You haven't seen it yet?
No, the Netflix series. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get
Dude,
the damn name.
It's so
Chilling
good.
Adventures of Sabrina. Yeah, so I binged
Witch.
it. I think my cousin Savannah got me to watch it, and then I'm just like all for it. I think it's really cool. It's really trippy.
I thought it was going to be bubblegummy like the original.
Oh, no.
Which is not bad, I guess, depending on what you like, right?
Yeah, I think I heard that the original comic was actually pretty damn dark.
Yeah, that's what I heard
So they, of course,
too.
fucking family friendlyed it for for sitcoms and stuff like that.
It was good. It was pretty good.
Which
back
one?
the
Back in the day?
the back of the day one, that they did. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
Good.
It's just, it sucks because it's another one of those wonderful series or whatever that ends up getting popified or familyfied for all viewers and stuff.
Family Fight or not, it was good, but huge but the new one knocks that one off the table and shatters it like a dish. The new one is just crazy.
Yeah, Chilling
It is
Chilling
so
Adventures
good.
of Sabrina. Yeah, it's really fantastic.
Man, the special effects are really good. Like the story, like oh god, it actually is like a little chilling, I guess.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I like the supporting characters. I like that the cat is
kind of non-existent. Because let's face it, he's non-existent.
It's the dude in the new one. So I kind of like that they did that. They have him still, but there's an actual person
Ambrose
playing him.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
Yeah. So they do have a cat named, I think he is named Salem, but he's now kind of like, I don't know, fucking side dish somewhere else, and basically Ambrose is
he's the new like sidekick to Sabrina.
Yeah, which I really love the Ambrose character anyway.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Ambrose is good. The aunties.
Yeah, I really like them.
Wow, they made them freaking evil.
Yeah. Well, because
ruthless.
Remember the original thing is pretty dark.
I haven't.
So this is back to its satanic roots.
Nice. I'll have to go get those, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have to check them out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that show's really good.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit. I've been holding out on it because I want to sit down, turn on my freaking my surround sound, turn off all the lights and watch it. But the Dark Crystal series.
Yeah, I started watching that.
I had to freaking do homework or something, so like I was watching it and I'm like, okay, I can't watch this right now because I really want to pay attention to it, and then I never got back to it. But I don't know about you, but I loved the Dark Crystal Jim Henson movie.
Oh yeah, the original,
that thing
fantastic.
Is freaking awesome, and it's timeless to me. Yeah. It's timeless. Like
so
that thing will be good.
Yeah.
100 years from now.
Oh yeah. So the big question is for the series is, when is it? When does the series take place in the timeline? Does it take place before or after the events of the Dark Crystal movie?
Okay, having said that, I watched it.
I think it's maybe before. I think it's before.
Okay.
Because in the original movie, there's rarely any Gelflings left. There was a Gelfling genocide or something at the hands of the Skeksis. So the Skeksis that were in the original movies are in this series.
Yeah, for sure.
So they haven't been...
it has to be before then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the great conjunction thing at the end of the original movie hasn't happened yet, so they haven't been... Because the Skeksis and those Urugs or whatever, they haven't been put back together in their natural forms or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think the series takes place before the events of the Dark Crystal.
Okay.
So, spoiler alert, Dark Crystal is obvious signs that the heroes of the Resistance didn't win.
Yeah. If you haven't watched the film.
Oh yeah, spoilers?
But I will say this, the puppeteering, I love that they do puppeteering and they didn't do CGI or anything like that. I love it that they do that. I think it makes it, I don't know, like lately I've been wanting to watch more like puppeteering and practical effects as opposed to CGI. CGI is cool. CGI is cool, but
they blow CGI out of proportion nowadays. It's so overused and so overdone in movies nowadays that honestly I can't really stand it. Even in the newest It Chapter 2 movie, there's a scene where all the characters have finally reunited and they're at the Chinese place or something. They're eating dinner and shit starts happening.
Yeah.
And the CGI for the effects or whatever that was used is just like, I'm sorry, but I'm not really scared of this stuff.
Yeah.
So
I watched man, what did I watch recently that is just like all CGI? I can't remember. I watched a freaking film that was not super famous or anything, but it was like all CGI. And even though it was pretty good, they probably could have got away with doing practical effects and it might have even been better.
Yeah.
Me personally, I do like CGI. I do. But I think that sometimes it's just better to have practical effects, and it's refreshing to see
Yeah.
the Dark Crystal do it. And on that scale, it reminds me of J.J. Abrams doing Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Right? Just tons of practical effects.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the? Did you ever watch the latest? I mean, it's old now, but the latest version of The Evil Dead.
No, I haven't. I hear that one's really, really scary. They did really, really well on that one.
Zero CGI.
Oh, awesome. Are you
Zero.
serious?
Zero
All
CGI.
practical effects.
All practical effects.
Oh, dude, that's
There's
awesome.
a part in there.
And I still haven't seen it, so.
There's a part where they bury the actress.
Oh.
They really bury her.
Oh, wow.
I went to a panel at WonderCon. Before it dropped.
Oh, awesome.
And got to Sam Raimi was there too. I think he produced it.
Oh, awesome.
But yeah, had the cast there. It was like a dual panel. It was like Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell was there because they were talking about Bruce versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And or not Bruce, what's it called? Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were talking about things they did with the practical effects and how they really buried her, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
So am I right saying that they did not do an Ash character for the newest one? They just made a new female character, right, and kind of put her in his place in a sense.
Are you talking about the series?
The new movie,
Evil Dead?
Yeah, the most recent movie.
It's completely new people. Period.
Okay.
It's the same. It's the same characters.
Yeah.
Same characters.
Okay.
It's just, just like any reboot, it's all new.
New
people.
Yeah. No, that's what I was saying. So instead of the Ash character, it's a female character in his place, basically.
Is it?
Because that's what I heard.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it now.
Yeah.
Now you got me thinking. Not that it's a bad thing, but
yeah.
Yeah, but it was good. I enjoyed it. It was really good.
Was that
it was creepy?
2013.
Creepy. The thing I loved about it too, is they had these disgusting sounds in there.
Oh, sounds really huge too.
Gross sounds. Gross sounds.
Like, breaking bones and squelching noises. Ugh.
Sometimes when you watch a horror movie and you hear the sounds, it's not that big of a deal, right?
Yeah, and then sounds make your fucking skin crawl.
Oh, when you hear this one, you get goosebumps when you hear the sounds on The Evil Dead.
Oh my god, gross. Gross.
Have you seen Ash vs. Evil Dead though? The series?
No. Mm-mm.
It's super good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the thing that's cool about it is it's like the quality of like nowadays, but the comedy of the old school Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Lucy Lawless?
Oh, I love
Xena,
her. I love her.
She's in it, and
Yeah.
she's awesome. She beats the crap out of him.
That's awesome. She's fantastic. Did you ever watch the Spartacus series?
I watched like one, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they're one of those. It's a comic book adaptation. I think it's very, very much like the movie 300 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's got a very, very cool comic book-esque style to it, which I think makes it so much better as well. So I thought the series was phenomenal. Really great cast of characters, really great performances and stuff, and just a really great story. So
yeah, well, I guess I better watch that now.
There's a lot of penis in it.
Is there?
And boobs.
Well, yeah. That's like every show nowadays.
Oh yeah, right?
The Watchmen.
Oh. That much
Tons.
Giving Dr. Manhattan his money.
No. Let me rephrase that. There's not tons. There's a little bit that I exaggerated. It's just that it came out in a way that I was like, is this really happening right now? Oh, no. Never mind. It wasn't The Watchmen.
Oh.
It was another awesome show that you have to watch.
I'm thinking about Westworld.
No,
Westworld's nuts too.
Westworld
That's a fantastic. It's a fantastic show.
It's freaking awesome. But let me tell you about this show
it's a really sinister show. Think about it.
It's evil. We're gonna get to that.
Yes.
Let me say this. I have to get this out of the way.
All right.
There's a show that I started watching this weekend that I thought was gonna be dumb. I didn't even want to watch it. It's called The Righteous Gemstones. It's a comedy with John Goodman
Oh boy,
and
he's awesome.
John Goodman and dang, who played Kenny Powers in Eastbound and Down? Danny McBride.
Danny McBride is absolutely hysterical.
It's so funny. So basically, what they are is they're a family that they do those stadium how do you say evangelical? I don't know.
Yeah, evangelical.
They're basically like the stadium family that does religious group or whatever that raise millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, but live in excess.
Oh.
But it is so funny. I'm not gonna
The
give away
Righteous
anything, but if
Gemstones.
you've watched Eastbound and Down, then you'll know that Danny McBride brings it. Just picture Kenny Powers, but as a minister.
Oh shit!
It is so funny. It's like
shit.
having Kenny Powers inside this show. It's called The Righteous Gemstones. It's so good.
I'm definitely gonna have to watch that, especially if John Goodman is in it and Danny McBride. They're fantastic.
They're crazy. They're so crazy.
Yeah.
But Westworld.
Oh my god.
So good.
The concept of that, a park where guests can act out their innermost fantasies, is at times in that series is fucking terrifying.
If that park really existed,
Oh yeah,
people would do that stuff.
Oh yeah,
people would
Oh absolutely.
It would be scary to see True Colors come out.
Oh yeah.
You know it's a redo though, right?
Oh
You
yeah.
know it's a reboot. Okay, yeah, it's a reboot.
So, oh my god, the cast is phenomenal.
The cast is awesome. They got Ed Harris.
Oh my god,
kidding
I
me?
love him. Yeah, Anthony fucking Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins,
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah, it's such a good show. What do you think of the intro?
Oh, it's the intros for shows like this very very similar to I was thinking Black Flag, or what's it called? That pirate one.
I think it was called Black Flag.
Black
I haven't
Flag?
seen the intro to that. I like intros. I was talking about intros with some of my friends the other day, and they don't like intros. They like the intro to Supernatural because it's like, boo, Supernatural. All right, let's start the story.
Yeah.
They don't like intros, but I love intros.
Yeah.
That one's really awesome. How it shows the horse running, but it's like a
Yeah.
skeleton, and then
Yeah.
it shows
like the making of the hosts
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. Oh my god, it's really trippy. It makes me think. Yeah, the one really, the pirate one where, oh my god, A Great Gatsby. Okay.
But yeah, that show's awesome. Cast is awesome. I love the shoots out in the desert.
Okay, Toby Stevens is the lead in this. Toby Stevens.
This is Black Flag.
I think it is. Oh my god.
Is it still going?
I
What
don't
is it
know.
on HBO?
I think
Hurry
it
up,
is-
you're slow. Just
Shut
kidding.
up. Shut up.
Just kidding. You know what? How many seasons are they on right
Please
now
hold.
for Westworld? I don't know.
Black Sails, that's
Black
what it's called.
Sails.
Yeah, it's the intro to Westworld is extremely similar to Black
Huh.
Sails.
Wow.
These like really
Right.
fantastic sculptures
Yeah.
slowly revolving, and like shots of different parts of the sculpture or whatever slowly revolving with like really beautiful powerful music. It's beautiful, really. I think it's fantastic.
That's awesome. You know what? Another intro I like is Daredevil. The series Daredevil. How
I
it's
haven't
like
watched Daredevil.
blood.
Don't judge me.
I mean, pain, but running down. Same thing, a sculpture, and it's just oozing down the side
Oh,
of
okay.
each character that comes up. It's freaking
Gross.
super cool.
Gross.
All right, so news. I read an article that Disney wants what's his name? Rosenthal, who did The Punisher, he played Shane on The Walking Dead. They want him to resume
Oh.
the role and make a freaking film
Oh, it
of
has
The
the Punisher?
Did you watch The Punisher on
Dave
on
Bernthal.
Netflix? Yes.
No, I haven't, but I know who Dave Bernthal is.
Dude,
He's awesome.
He's so good. He embodies the Punisher.
And he fine as hell, too.
He is to the Punisher like Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. That good. That good. So you got your homework. You have to watch it. He's a
Yeah.
beast. He does these grunts when he's like fighting people. He's like, "Ah! Ah! Ah!" And then he gets his ass kicked too. It's not like he just kills everybody. Like he also gets his ass handed to him. That's really good.
Oh, his name's John Bernthal. My bad.
Oh my god. How many lies have you told today?
A lot. I just round up and say a lot.
All
My
right,
bad.
so all the lies that this person across from me just told, if you guys... No, I'm just kidding. You ain't getting no gifts.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, man. So what's on your next list that you haven't watched that you want to watch?
Oh, God. I'm still waiting for certain, I don't know, I guess TV shows to come out, but...
I'm waiting for The Rise of Skywalker. Even though I pretty much wanted to burn all things Star Wars when The Last Jedi dropped. So everybody listening, I'm going to give you a dramatic scale of what I'm talking about. So when The Force Awakens came out, I watched all things Star Wars for like a month. I watched Clone Wars. I watched Rebels. I was, one through whatever. I was watching them every day. When The Last Jedi came out, I didn't watch Star Wars for like 2 months. I didn't watch anything.
Oh, really?
I didn't want nothing to do with Star Wars. And then I tried to watch it again because I was like, maybe now it's a little better.
Yeah.
And I watched it again. It just got me mad. I was like, ah! Just at every turn, they're like, let's kill this storyline.
Yeah.
Let's kill this storyline. Let's kill this storyline. It's like everything that J.J. Abrams had built. It almost seems like there is a rivalry or some type of like a vendetta that Rian Johnson has against freaking J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
He just, everything that he built, he just destroyed it. But I am interested in watching The Last Jedi, or not The Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. I'm a J.J. Abrams fan, to be honest. I like what he does. He's awesome. I liked his version of Star Trek. He did Fringe. Did you ever watch that show Fringe?
No, but I've heard of it.
He did Fringe, and it was freaking amazing. It was really good. So I'm looking forward to watching that. And then TV-wise, The Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that show is probably going to be, one of the best shows to come out in this, few years, front and back. Did you see the trailer for it?
I've seen very little of it.
Dude,
actually.
It's so good. So I'm going to tell you, there's one thing that it looks really cool, unnecessary, but it looks cool, is there's this scene where, like, the Mandalorian's in this room. I don't know if it's, like, a cantina or some space garage or something, but they, like, take out their little grappling hook thing, shoots it at somebody's leg, pulls them. Somebody comes up, and then he goes to shoot them, but instead of shooting them, he does this, like, cowboy lean. Like, leans to the left and back, like he's in a G-Ride, and then pulls out his gun, like Clint Eastwood or something.
Oh.
But it looks cool. I thought it was awesome. I was like, oh! Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a space cowboy. So,
nice.
I can't wait to watch that. I can't remember his name. Who directs Thor Ragnarok?
I don't know, but that movie
Waititi?
Taika Waititi?
He's doing one...
Jojo Rabbit.
He's doing one of the episodes of The Mandalorian.
Okay, cool.
And then, so I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. Anything on your side?
I'm looking forward to Doctor Sleep, which is the Shining sequel.
Oh, you were talking about that before.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sequel to The Shining?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's going to take place, like, couple decades after the events of The Shining, and it's going to have Danny Torrance grown up as the lead character, and he's I guess.
Who plays him again? Is it
You-
Ewan McGregor?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
he's so awesome.
Yeah. Now, years following the events of The Shining, a now adult Dan Torrance meets a young girl with similar powers as his and tries to protect her from a cult known as the True Knot, who prey on children with powers to remain immortal. Holy shit.
Huh.
I'm really excited.
Wow.
It looks fantastic. So I'm also really interested in seeing The Lighthouse coming soon, which stars Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson.
What's it called again?
The Lighthouse.
The light. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. That looks creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching a. I don't know if you do this, but sometimes I like to go on YouTube and put like the trailers on while I do something.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll be like
Mm-hmm.
doing something around the house. But yeah, when it came to The Lighthouse, holy crap, that was creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that too.
Yeah, I'm really excited because it looks like it's something shot. The way that it's shot, you know, black and white. The lighting is just like almost film noir-esque.
Yeah.
So
can
it's
see that,
something
yeah.
we haven't really seen in a long time. Kind of when it comes to like the black and white usage, it makes me think a little bit of Sin City, the movie Sin City.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, so just less obviously comic book style related. It's just it makes me think of like the 1920s or 1930s black and white films.
Yeah.
In a sense. So
Yeah, I
I'm really
gotcha.
excited.
Let's back it up to the series you said before. What was it called again? The Sleeper? No. To The Shining, would you say?
Oh, Doctor Sleep.
Doctor Sleep.
Yeah.
You reminded me of it when you started talking about color or lack of thereof.
Yeah.
But the color in Doctor Sleep looks
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
In the
Color grading?
the what do you call it? The commercial or the trailer. It looks really cool. There's this scene where he's like backed up and all these hands are like pulling him down, and the red's super deep. It was really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. And then again, Hugh McGregor. He's a boss.
Oh yeah, he's stellar.
I wish they would have brought him back to be Obi-Wan, but I guess not happening.
That sucks.
What else?
We've been talking for 55 minutes.
55 minutes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You still want to go or?
No, I'm
Wanna-
down
about to
for
wrap it up?
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you were about to say something though.
No, I was gonna say, wow, I had a show in my head.
Careful when you tap the desk because it'll pick it up.
Oh, not a show.
Oops.
Film. Can't think of it. Never mind. All right. I
All
guess
right.
we're done.
That's it? All right. Well, that was fun. We got really excited.
Got really excited, especially at the beginning.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. You look like you're about to fall asleep.
I am.
Yeah.
I was tired. I have this like crazy headache I've had for like 2 weeks straight, 24/7. It's like a golf ball size back of my head. Now it's affecting my eyeball. So I don't know.
That sucks.
If I live through the weekend, I will talk about it next week.
All right then. So that was the Miracosta Filmmakers podcast, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll see you in the next one.
Woo-woo.
Yeet. Toodles.